Hey, guys. So, what ended up happening is I tried to record this earlier with Mason, because I did have Mason over earlier, and we did watch the movie, and we did record the video together, but we ended up recording... we did end up having to record it in 3 different parts, and for some reason the first part is working in my editor, but the other 2 parts are not. So, if I want to get it done today, I have to redo it on my own. Don't have anyone with me anymore to do it. So, let's talk about Ghost Rider. So, Ghost Rider opens up with a flashback to a long time ago with some narration by Sam Elliott. And we basically find out the story of the original Ghost Rider. And then we cut to many years later with Johnny Blaze. He's like 17 or 18, and he works with his dad at the carnival, and they do a motorcycle show together. And Johnny's dad, Barton Blaze, is a avid smoker, and Johnny finds out through a letter in the mail that he has cancer. So that later that night, Mephistopheles, or Mephisto as he's known in the comics, played by Peter Fonda from Easy Rider. So that's kind of fun. Easy Rider, Ghost Rider. He meets him, and he basically makes him a deal like, hey, if you sign your soul to me, I'll give your dad his health back. But here's the thing, though. He doesn't even sign it. He, like, accidentally pricks his thumb on the thing, and his, like, blood drops on, and he just takes that as the signature, but he never actually technically signs it, so it's kind of crap, but hey, whatever. So the next morning, his dad wakes up healthy as a horse, and then dies later on in a bike accident when he's trying to perform a stunt. So then we cut away to years later. Johnny is now a famous stuntman, driver, motorcycle driver, and he performs a stunt and crashes.
Talk to me, man.
Yeah. Is the bike okay?
Yeah. Bike's fine.
And it's just funny because of what happens right afterwards, because he's not even affected. He's just like, is the bike okay? Nicolas Cage. But so later on, they're on their way home, and then we meet our villain, Blackheart, through a jump scare and then an actually kind of creepy bar scene.
I knew you were here. I could smell your fear.
So, I'm gonna start off by saying Blackheart is one of the most laughably horrible names I've ever heard for a character in my entire life. It is literally the worst thing ever, and he looks horrible too. It's like they went into a Hot Topic and they were like, hey, we need a villain for Ghost Rider. What's the first name and look that you come up with? And they handed it in and they were like, that's what we're gonna do. He's gonna be Blackheart and he's gonna look like he shops at Hot Topic. But, Cage, Johnny Blaze, he goes home, and I'm just gonna compile here a few moments of just random weird things that Nicolas Cage does in the movie.
You want some jellies?
It's about you jumping on the anniversary of your dad's accident. Second check on the ramps, they look good. Crowd's kind of out of control. Johnny, you know you don't have to do this, don't you?
Monkey karate, coffee from the pot, and Jelly Belly martini. Sure. Why not? But so he's getting ready for his next stunt, and he catches up with an old girlfriend, Roxanne, and she interviews him.
Most of the time, the press focuses on the crashes, the broken bones, the cost of what you do. Are there any other costs?
Yeah.
Yes. It was a really, really deep pause there. Good take. They couldn't have used something else or made it flow better. They just did it. But so Johnny catches up with Roxanne and asks her out on a date, and so she agrees to go, and then she's sitting there waiting for him, and she pulls out a magic 8-ball out of her purse. Now, I don't know a lot about women. I really don't know much about women. But I don't think I have ever known a single woman that would, in the middle of waiting for a date to show up, in fear of being stood up, would pull out a magic 8-ball and just no. Just no. But so, what is Johnny doing that's making him so late? He's just sitting in the mirror talking about how he deserves this second chance. So, he gets called upon by the devil to fulfill his contract, and we get this actually pretty cool scene where he transforms into the Ghost Rider for the first time. And then we get a pretty mediocre fight scene. So, he kills one of Blackheart's minions, but the other guys get away. And then Cage transforms back. He meets this caretaker played by Sam Elliott, who obviously isn't the original Ghost Rider. It's a really dumb twist, honestly. But, so he goes back to his apartment, and then he's in the mirror trying to scare himself. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. It's unnatural even. But so he gets arrested because the night that he transformed, they found the license plate to his motorcycle, and then the tracks that were left behind matched the treads on his wheels. So he gets arrested and brought in and questioned because of the murders that happened that night. And so then they put him in a cell, and he's surrounded by so much evil, he just can't take it anymore.
Nice jacket. Very nice.
That's my favorite transformation in any of the Ghost Rider stuff. I think that one was just the coolest one. And then when he walks up to the dude and he's just like, nice jacket, and then he puts it on and the spikes come out. He looks like classic Ghost Rider. It's good. But so he goes and meets back up with the caretaker, and he finds out, plot twist, that he, the caretaker, is actually Carter Slade, the original Ghost Rider. And they join up together for one last ride.
I got one last ride left in me. Carter Slade. Can you keep up?
Let's ride.
And then that amazing moment is cut short and ruined by some stupid rule saying that Sam Elliott's Ghost Rider only had one transformation left, and that he was saving it for that. Saving it for what? The ride there? Like, how awesome would it have been to get a Ghost Rider team-up at the end of this movie? It would have been completely unexpected and awesome. But no, instead we get a huge tease and a huge disappointment. But hey, Blackheart's been after this contract. Cage gives it to him, and he gets the 1,000 souls, 1,000 evil souls, and he becomes Legion, who actually is, I don't know if it's supposed to be the character from the comics, but it's pretty strikingly similar, because his name is Legion. It's like a bunch of different people occupying the same body, and it can be evil, so I'm sure it's almost meant to be the same character, or similar to the character, or a rip-off, Marvel ripping itself off. It feels too similar to be just an homage or a coincidence, but either way, he becomes Legion, who's an X-Men character, and we get a final battle that's pretty anticlimactic.
「
So, Johnny and Roxy make up, everything's all good now, and Cage rides away into the sunset, and even though it's still broad daylight, he transforms.
Legends are born.
Which I'm pretty sure they established in the movie that he can only transform at night or when he's in the dark. Because those are the only times he ever transforms in the movie, is at night, in the dark, or when he's around evil. Or when the devil forces him to. Yeah, these rules are stupid. These rules are stupid, but hey, that's Ghost Rider. And what do I think of this movie? I think this movie is horrible. But okay. It's pretty bad, not gonna lie. It has some pretty cringy, laugh-out-loud moments. Some pretty bad acting from Eva Mendes. Basically most of the supporting cast. Even Wes Bentley, who I think is actually a good actor and has been good in other movies. I don't think he's that great in this. Even Nicolas Cage, while he still is pretty great in this movie for a different reason, he just doesn't give it his all in this, honestly. So nothing is really particularly great about this movie. The script is not good at all. The characters suck. The acting is pretty bad. Mostly everything about this movie is just pretty bad. The CGI is pretty good, if you don't look at it for too long. But yeah, this movie, there are some fun moments. There are some decent action. The character of the caretaker was one that I actually thought was really good, played by Sam Elliott, but that's just because Sam Elliott is great in everything he's in. Yeah, I think this movie is okay. Not great, not horrible, it's just bad. It's like this little gray area in between bad and okay. That's what it is. But as a movie, I'm gonna give Ghost Rider a D plus. I can speak. And as a funny bad, I'm gonna give it a B, because there is some pretty good roast material in here. It's a lot more fun to just watch the whole movie and make fun of it than to just try and pick out little certain moments. But yeah, there's some fun to be had with the movie. There's some good action. The transformations are cool. The character of Ghost Rider is actually pretty cool when he's on screen, which is barely. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of Ghost Rider if you've seen it. Check out in the link in this video, in the description, there is a link to, we started a Patreon page. We started a Patreon page, and also a Spreadshirt store, where I put up a Warped Spoon t-shirt design, and so yeah, just trying to raise some money so we can get some better equipment to make better quality videos, because as much as I love doing the phone camera with Movie Maker editing, I would like to be able to make this stuff look a little more professional, like an actual good lighting setup, a good background, a good editing software, stuff like that. A microphone would be nice. Yeah, so if you want to, it's there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye. Hi, Blake.